Well, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the United Way TV show, Living United with Nashua Business. The idea behind this show is to talk with local business owners, entrepreneurs, people who are engaged in the business of business in our community, and in particular to highlight what they're doing that is new and different and how they're giving back and participating in the civic life of our community. So I'm very excited today to have with me the executive chef and owner of Carribean Breeze restaurant right in downtown Nashua, Gerald Oriol, or as he likes to go by, Chef O. So, Chef, welcome to our show. Thank you for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Well, it's a pleasure. And before I say anything else, I'm going to say thank you to you for being such a great supporter of United Way in our community and all of the things that you're doing to help out. So how long have you been at the current location for Carribean Breeze?
We've been at the current location since November 19, 2021.
2021. So about a year and a couple of months at this point.
Correct.
All right. And you're right down on the corner of West Hollis and Main Street in Nashua.
Yes.
All right. So first of all, I want to ask you, tell us a little bit about your experience with opening a business in Nashua, and what is it that you're doing that you think people should know about if they're looking for a restaurant experience?
I've been in the food service for all my life. So I start from washing dishes.
Yeah.
That's where I get the idea. And from there, I learned how to cook. And I went to college to take culinary art. So after all my career, travel around the country, working for one of the largest food service in North America, a company called Sodexo,
Okay.
where I work as a area executive chef for the East Coast. The year 2006, at the oversee the Marine Corps in Camp Lejeune, Quantico, and to include Parish Island. Then from there, I have transferred to the education campus services, where my job was as a campus executive chef, or you can call it district chef. It's to implement with the team new concept and turn those account as a showcase account.
Okay.
And from Washington, D.C., Sodexo acquired one of the largest food service in school business in North America, which was SUNY Albany in New York.
Okay. Yep.
And
Upstate.
I have the honor to be the district chef for the account. And from there, I work with a team, we promote and turn it into a showcase account. And I used to live in Nashua.
Okay.
Then my goal is to come back to New England. So after we turn the school to a showcase account, and I have opportunity to talk to a VP, and the VP said, hey, I said, I would love to go back to New England. And from there, we tried to get MIT. So they hired me as the chef to represent Sodexo for MIT. And things doesn't work to get the contract. And 6 months later, they called me to take the job at Bentley University.
Okay.
While I'm at Bentley University in 2018, the pandemic hit, and not much to do.
Yeah, that's right. University shut down.
University shut down, nothing going on, and at the same time, they can support my salary at the same time, budget-wise. So my goal is to retire, not to work. So while I was home, and then I start thinking, I'm from the Caribbean island.
Yeah.
I'm from Haiti.
You're from Haiti. Okay.
Yes. Then I said, I don't feel like I want to open my own business, but I don't feel like to open a restaurant which already exists, a concept already there, people can say that. I said, okay, let me do a research.
Yeah.
From there, I do a research, and I find out there is no true Caribbean restaurant. When I say true Caribbean restaurant, of course, you can have a Jamaican restaurant. It's from the Caribbean. They said it's a Caribbean restaurant.
Yeah.
You can find a Haitian restaurant, Haiti from the Caribbean, they call Caribbean restaurant. But I found that there's no Caribbean restaurant. You can walk into one roof, you can taste authentic food from 5 different Caribbean island country, no matter where you're from those countries. For example, we have Haiti, Cuba, Puerto Rico, Jamaica, and Dominican Republic, which is separate, the same island we are on the same island, but one Spanish, one French, Creole, so it's 2 different food. And
so if I want to eat empanadas for an appetizer and jerk fish for a main course, I can do that because you cover different islands.
Different islands.
I love that idea.
So by doing that, that's
wonderful.
when I start thinking about working on a business plan.
Yeah.
And from the business plan, create the menu and do research. I don't find it in a restaurant. Then I love Nashua, and it's a great city. You know, I remember when I moved to Nashua, Nashua was, I believe, still the best, one of the best cities to live in America.
It's a great place, and now it's even better.
It's even better. So
Yeah.
I feel like, as a matter of fact, there's no Jamaican restaurant in Nashua. I look, I don't see any.
I haven't seen it either.
So I was looking for a place, and I find that place in the corner next to the City Hall, in the corner of West Ollis and Main Street. Then that was my dream, and that's where here we are. We have a Caribbean restaurant in the great city of Nashua.
So your menu at the Caribbean Breeze, it's Caribbean Breeze is the
Caribbean
name of the
Breeze.
restaurant. The menu is fixed, or what is it? Do you have a lot of specials, or describe the concept of the menu itself?
The concept of the menu, we cannot put all the food for all the country on the menu. Otherwise, we will have a Bible. It's a lot. So what we did, we chose the best food, the authentic food, the most common food from each of those islands, and we put on the menu.
So if I went to, say, so the idea is like if I went to Haiti and I said, tell me your top 5.
Yes.
That's what's on the menu.
That's what's on the menu.
Got it.
So when you have that, people come and say, oh, I can't believe we have that. And beside that, like for Jamaica, people love oxtail. We have oxtail on the menu. People love jerk chicken, curry chicken, beef patty, cocoa bread. When you mention those to Jamaica, they love it.
That's fantastic.
So I have them. Then you go to Dominican Republic, they have pollo guisado. They have bacalao. They have chicharrones de pollo. Those are some popular items. Boiled yuca fritters.
Yeah.
So we have that. And you go to Puerto Rico, you're looking for mofongo, sancocho, pernil. We have that.
Yeah.
And you go to Haiti, some street food, which fritai, lakai, griot, pickles, legumes, goat, red snapper. And one of the items I put on the menu, that item represents the whole island, is the conch. And that's why in the logo you see a conch, because the conch represents, it doesn't matter which island you go,
You always find conch.
the Caribbean, you always find conch.
That's true. That's true. All the way starting in the Bahamas.
Yes.
Well, I think it's actually the Bahamian national food, to be honest. So it's interesting. I mean, I will say I also used to work in the restaurant industry, but a long time ago, and I started as a dishwasher and worked up to being a line cook. I worked in Italian restaurants, and I loved that. I really loved it. One time, I did entertain the idea of actually pursuing a career in food services, and then I ended up going other directions. But it's a lot. It's hard work. It's late nights. It's really tough, difficult work. How has it been for you to not only have the complications, the difficulties of starting a business, but also to manage that with the workload, and how does that all work for you in your life?
Because I'm a veteran and executive chef, so
You know what you're getting yourself into.
I know what I'm getting to,
Yeah.
and I work a lot of hours when I used to work for the company I work to, because we have to open new accounts. Sometimes I remember someday we finish work around 1 o'clock and we have to be back by 4 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
So I know I was gonna get to that. Then I was ready physically and mentally for that.
Yeah.
No.
So I wanted to ask you about involvement in the community. I know that you're involved with the Chamber of Commerce.
Yes.
And you're hosting something there on a weekly basis now, is that right?
No, it's once a month.
Once a month, okay.
Like tomorrow, for example, we'll have a coffee connection.
Okay.
So that's a way all business members come, get a coffee, can talk, and so once a month.
And so it's really not necessarily a food-related event, or do they eat too?
Yes, they eat. They come, they get coffee, pastry, they order the breakfast.
Oh, yeah.
And same like 2 weeks ago, we host the Young Entrepreneur of Nashua.
Yeah.
It was 25 of them come, and they have dinner, and they spend a couple hours networking, and it was very good.
Yeah. So what sort of challenges are you facing now with your business, now that you've been in it about a year and a half?
Okay. The challenge is that's why I'm going to say that very clear. It's a lot of customer and people don't get used to Caribbean food.
They need to know, they don't know what it is.
They don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So when they see Caribbean food, they see spicy.
Okay.
Hot. So now it's the education, because even Saturday, I have a customer who came in and ordered sancocho, and she texts to...
What is cocho?
Sancocho. Sancocho is like a soup from Puerto Rico.
Okay.
And she texts her friend and said, "Oh, you won't believe it. I'm here." And the friend said, "Yes, I see the place, but the food is spicy hot." And she said, "No. The spices," that's why I said the spices is the flavor you put in the food to give it a good flavor, because each cuisine unique, simple,
right,
authentic to the Caribbean, to the island. But spicy is very hot.
Right.
So it's not spicy. You might have 1 or 2 dish, and of course it's gonna be hot. If you order jerk chicken, jerk is hot. But other than that, no, not really. Yeah. That's why I have a spicy rack, or get a lot of, even the spicy rack, different spicy, Tabasco, different flavor. Yeah. So they still get some flavor in them. So if you want, you can always add, but you cannot take away anything.
Well, that's true. You can't take it away. It's funny. I went out with my wife for dinner on Friday, and we went in Portsmouth to a restaurant that is a Himalayan and Nepalese restaurant. And it's the first time they ever asked, usually on the menu, if it's so spicy, you see like a little chili pepper, right? There, they actually asked you, what spice level would you like? And then I said, "Well, what do you mean?" And they said, "Well, it's from 1 to 10. And 10 is the spiciest." I thought, well, I don't really know what 10 means. I like spicy food, but I don't know what that means here. So I said, okay, 7. Let me try 7. Well, let me tell you, 7 on the spice level at a Himalayan restaurant is too much for me. It's definitely too much for me. So it's all subjective, right?
Yeah, but our food we don't have that
You don't
grade
have
of
that.
7 because you might think the food is not spicy. It's flavorful, no
It's
heart
flavorful.
onto it. You
That's
can
great.
like if you have pollo guisado, it's a dish from Dominican Republic.
Yeah,
There's no heart to it.
right.
You know, nothing to it.
Is it a challenge for you to find authentic ingredients?
I know where to find it because sometimes I have to drive far to get exactly what I need, but I found the ingredient.
That's fantastic. What a wonderful addition to our community. We have a lot. We're becoming more of a food kind of a hub here in Nashua, and we've added a lot of different diversity to our mix of foods. And yours is certainly a great addition.
Yes, and that's why the challenge come because I have a lot of customers who live around Nashua, not too far, 1 block, 2 block. They never come here. When they finally come, they said, "What's so secret about this place?" They love it. They said, we see the sign. We thought it's hot. They like Fred. Finally, we said, okay.
Yeah.
We're going to give it a try. So soon they sit down, they have their entree, they have their appetizer, they start get some authentic drink, cocktail from the island because the menu design from each island from the entree, and same thing for the cocktail. You can still start from Jamaica, Haiti, Cuba, so you can choose. Even the beer, we have beer from all those.
Oh, that's great.
Countries. So when they tried, they said, "I can't believe it. We see the flag. We thought it's hot." So that's the challenge, is to get the customer come in and try something new. It's right there. They don't need to travel to go to Carribean island to try it. So you come right there, you will feel the warmth, you will feel the same and get the food authentic the same way you will have it in those countries.
That's fantastic. So I did want to mention, you're also a partner of us at United Way with our Small Business United program. And I wanted to thank you for that. That's a great way. That's a way for small businesses to make a big difference in our community, and we appreciate your support for that as well. So thank you. You're from Nashua originally, you said, or you're not from Nashua originally, but you lived in Nashua previously.
I live in Nashua previously. Now I live in another town in New Hampshire. Yeah, but it's like 15-20 minutes away.
It's a small state.
It's a small state. It's not too far. It's one road, just straight. Drive straight. Soon I get to my street, I drive straight to Nashua.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, your restaurant was the location for many years of Norton's, I believe?
Norton Classic Cafe.
Was there? Do you have, I would imagine there are people that will walk in sometimes and not realize that it's a different restaurant now and wonder, where am I? What is this?
So when I see the location and I see the restaurant, so I get a little history. We have people who used to go to Norton for 40s, 50, who used to go to the place for 40, 50 years, plus the 15, 14 years Norton been there.
Yeah.
So I make a promise. I'm not going to change the breakfast, lunch menu Norton used to have. I don't take away, I add. So we still serve the breakfast, lunch, 7 days a week. As a matter of fact, now we add a brunch on Sunday to introduce one dish at a time on the brunch.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for the same breakfast you used to have at Norton, you still get those breakfasts.
So you can come and get an omelet.
You can get your omelet. You can get the same thing. We just have some special breakfast, Caribbean breakfast special. But the menu, we keep the menu because those people used to come a long time.
Right.
I don't want to take anything away from them. The name changed Caribbean Breeze because we add Caribbean food for lunch and dinner, which the place never opened for dinner.
Yeah. I think that's great. You've really kind of thought through a whole concept here. It's not just You know, I think a lot of people, when they open a restaurant, they don't really think about what they're doing. And you, perhaps with your food services background and many years in the business, have developed an actual concept. It's a theme. It's an idea. It's really well thought through. I appreciate that. It's a challenging environment right now these days with getting employees. I know that's hard. Has that been a challenge for you?
It's very, very challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can't find I'm still to get the staff at the door. It's not easy.
Yeah. So what sort of
especially at night.
What sort of staff are you looking for?
I'm looking for bartender.
Okay, that's a specialty, right?
Yeah, I'm looking for waitress.
Okay.
For breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Oh, so a number of wait staff.
Yes, because we serve we open from 7 to 1:30, and we open at 4:30 to 9 o'clock, and we open 7 days a week. So with that challenge, we need, someone.
And what about in the kitchen?
The kitchen, I have a breakfast cook. It's been there for 14 years. He's still working here. He still works there.
So So when you say that you kept the menu, you kept the cook.
I kept, yes.
that's great.
Yeah, the same cook's still there.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yes. And of course, the kitchen, with my wife, so we keep helping me develop the menu and help me prep cooking and support me to put the best meal I can put out.
That's really great. And how do you feel like how has it been to get new customers? Has it been a challenge to get people besides obviously the perception about spiciness? I get that obviously, but you've had people coming. People interested.
I get people coming. But it's about the marketing to put the word out there and word of mouth and marketing. We have a website, social media, Instagram, Facebook. So that's what we're working on to get it out there, because sometimes people confuse Caribbean Breeze with Bahama Breeze.
Yeah, you know what? That's funny, and that's the one that's down by the mall, right?
By the mall, thanks, Bo.
Yeah. Well, that's a chain. I think
it's a chain restaurant.
And yours is just you.
Yeah, just me.
Just Chef O.
Yes.
What's next? What's the plan? We're 5 years from now. What do you envision for your restaurant?
To make it a franchise.
Oh, you would like to franchise out as
When I say that means the plan is to open more Caribbean restaurants like that in different location, because based on the community and that's the plan, because
it makes
it's
sense.
only one.
I mean, it's a unique concept, and you've developed a really unique concept with the different islands and different and so you can, as a franchise, you could control the menu and market it out that way.
Yes.
So where would you put your first franchise if you had your choice?
It would be in Massachusetts.
I'm sorry?
It would be in Massachusetts, somewhere in Massachusetts, like Laurel or based on the survey, the population, where they have a diverse population, that's the location I would
And not too far away either.
Not too far away.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. It could be in New Hampshire, another town in New Hampshire.
Yeah. Well, there's some great food towns. I mean, I live in Dover, and we have a lot of restaurants. Portsmouth has a lot of restaurants. There's a lot of interest in new food. So
I have an email from Dover City Management to say they welcome me to open it.
Well, I did not write that letter, nor did I send it, but I agree with it. How about that?
I did get that email.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
Very good. Yeah. That's interesting. So they reached out to you to invite you to come
to open. To open.
Fascinating. I had no idea. That's community development. That's really proactive.
Yes.
I like that. Well, look, we're about out of time. I did want to ask you, though, do you have a website?
Yes, we have a website. It's www.caribbeanbreezerestaurant.com.
CaribbeanBreezerestaurant.com. Your address is
233 Main Street.
233 Main Street.
Nashua.
Yes.
And next to the City Hall.
Right next to City Hall.
City
Can't
Hall, yeah,
miss
you
it.
can't miss it. We got CVS across, and we have Citizen Bank across.
That's perfect. And as far as you said, you're open 7 days a week now?
7 days a week. We have breakfast start from 7 to 1:30. We close between 1:30 and 4, and 4:30 we open until 9 o'clock.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for coming on the show today, and thank you for talking a little bit about Caribbean Breeze. I love it. Maybe the next time we do the show, we'll do it on location. I like food, and we'll eat. So thank you so much for coming on, Chef O. I really appreciate it. This, by the way, is a gift for you from United Way. Everybody needs a baseball cap, so there you go. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, look, you've been listening to, yes, you've been listening to another episode of the United Way, Living United with Small Business television show. And we appreciate you listening in today. We will be back in a couple of weeks with our next interview. In the meanwhile, we do appreciate that you take the time to be kind to one another, because great things really do happen when we live united.